What's good, family? Welcome back to the channel. I wasn't really sure if I would be able to bring y'all any content today because, as you know, TikTok was banned. But for some reason, time got extended. And according to ByteDance, which is the company that owns TikTok and other apps like it, it was Trump that extended it. So we got a few more days of it. Let's get into these videos to see if we can figure out the whole problem behind this ban.
There's no bullshit. This is not AI. This is a fucking dude in a boat off the coast of California. Watch this thing come out of the fucking water, and you'll probably recognize it because it's the same thing that was flying around Vegas last month. And just watch what it does. I mean, he took out his phone and started videoing because a drone, he saw it on his fish finder under the boat, and then it came up, rose out of the water, and he took out his phone and started making the fucking video that you're watching. It's not making any fucking sound. You can see like a little bit of like an exhaust something, but it's barely there, and it's not making any noise, and this thing moves off at a pretty good clip, and like, how was it underwater? Is the guy lying? What the fuck is that, though, that he just ran into out there? A flying car? I don't know, man. But I have fucking real drones flying over my house every night that are 8 foot long and look a lot like that fucking thing. So I really don't know.
What is this very offensive, extremist, racist tattoo that you have?
It's a tattoo I have right here, Senator. It's called the Jerusalem Cross. It's a historic Christian symbol. In fact, interestingly, recently I attended briefly the memorial ceremony of former President Jimmy Carter on the floor of our National Cathedral. On the front page of his program was the very same Jerusalem Cross. It is a Christian religious symbol. And when the events happened before preceding the Biden inauguration, I was a part of the mobilization to defend that inauguration as someone who'd been a proud supporter of Donald Trump, but also a member of the military, had orders to come to Washington, D.C. to guard that inauguration. And at the last minute, those orders were revoked. I'd never had orders revoked before. I'd been on orders to a lot of places to do a lot of difficult and dangerous things. They were revoked, and I was not told why. Later, when I wrote my book, I was able to get information. It was because I had been identified. Someone who'd served in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Guantanamo Bay, holding a riot shield outside the White House. I'd been identified as an extremist, as someone unworthy of guarding the inauguration of an incoming American president. And if that's happening to me, Senator, how many other men and women, how many other patriots, how many other people of conscience? We haven't even talked about COVID and the tens of thousands of service members who were kicked out because of an experimental vaccine. In President Trump's Defense Department, they will be apologized to, they will be reinstituted with pay and rank. Things like focusing on extremism, Senator, have created a climate inside our ranks that feel political when it hasn't ever been political. Those are the types of things that are going to change. And Senator Sullivan, you mentioned that study. After a whole study was held, extremism working group study, 100 extremists were identified in the ranks of 3 million. And most of those were gang-related. So it was a made-up boogeyman to begin with.
You, Mr. Hegseth, are not the extremist. The people who would deny you your expression of faith are the extremists. They're the racists. They're the bigots. You're the one that is protecting their right to be one. Thank you for that.
Look, all I'm going to say is that the way that Hegseth has got everything secured around Trump, bro, I see why Trump picked him. And they really don't want him to be, and they really don't want him to guard that man because they know that there will be no way they can get to him. And I'm talking about Trump. If Hegseth is over everything. They know that.
So breaking news, Trump just announced that he's going to be holding a victory rally on January 19th. That day sounds familiar, right? Yeah, because it's the day before Inauguration Day. And they are promoting it as, quote, the victory rally that you'll never forget. Weird. Why, if your Inauguration Day is on January 20th, would you need to gather all of your MAGA supporters in one place to celebrate your victory, which you're literally about to do the next day as you get inaugurated, unless you're concerned that you're not going to be inaugurated for whatever reason and you need all your supporters in one place. I don't have anything else on this one. I'm just very confused. There's like an open sign up that you can sign up to attend this rally. I think we need to keep an eye on this and see what's going on.
Yeah, that come on, man. The victory rally is to just, and excuse my language when I say this, shit on everybody who tried to stop. That's all.
Getting some advice from
I
my second in command.
Yeah, but I'm just making a point because there's a lot about qualifications. And I think it's so hypocritical of senators, especially on the other side of the aisle, be talking about his qualifications, not being able to lead the secretary or be the Secretary of Defense, and yet your qualifications aren't any better. You guys aren't any more qualified to be the senator than I'm qualified to be the senator, except we're lucky enough to be here. But let me read you what the qualifications of the Secretary of Defense is, because I Googled it, and went through a lot of different sites, and really it's hard to see. But in general, the U.S. Secretary of Defense position is filled by a civilian. That's it. If you have served in the U.S. Army Forces and have been in the service for, you have to be retired for at least 7 years, and Congress can weigh that. And then there's questions that the senator from Massachusetts brought up about serving on a board inside the military industry, and yet your own secretary that you all voted for, Secretary of Austin, we had to vote on a waiver because he stepped off the board of Raytheon. But I guess that's okay because that's a Democrat Secretary of Defense. But we so quickly forget about that. And then Senator Kaine, or I guess I better use the senator from Virginia, starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because the man's made a mistake. And you want to sit there and say that he's not qualified? Give me a joke. I mean, it is so ridiculous that you guys hold yourself as this higher standard and you forget you got a big plank in your eye. We've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. And Jennifer, thank you for loving him through that mistake. Because the only reason why I'm here and not in prison is because my wife loved me too. I have changed, but I'm not perfect. But I found somebody that thought I was perfect. And for whatever reason, you love Pete, and I don't know why. But just like our Lord and Savior forgave me, my wife's had to forgive me more than once too, and I'm sure you've had to forgive him too. And so thank you.
I mean, the humility and the compassion that's coming from Senator Mullen. I don't even know what state he's the senator of, but please reelect him.
Folks, credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke? Oh, thank you.
Oh my God, Trump just tweeted, if you put your baby daddy on child support, that the baby daddy now gets all of the income tax. What?
We are just now reporting that the Biden administration does plan to punt implementation to the Trump administration, and that the way that they are going to do so is that they are not going to collect on the fines that is the punishment described in this law. So that is breaking right now as we speak. Let me explain that. The penalty in this law, what effectively is the whole underpinning of this, is that the service providers, so that is someone like Apple, a company like Apple, who is offering TikTok in its app store. That's a company like Oracle, the data hosting server for TikTok. In this law, those companies are fined $5,000 per user, 170 million users. It totals to about $850 billion in fines. That's the whole underpinning of this here. The Biden administration is just now telling us they will not collect on those fines. And I think I'd go so far as to say it also kind of renders what the Supreme Court will decide not as important anymore if the Biden administration is committing to doing that. That then means the next day we get into a Trump presidency. Trump has said that he has plans to immediately intervene. There are several different options that he has at his disposal. Could he somehow organize some type of sale that then he, as the president, has the discretion to say, yep, that's a qualified divestiture, I'm good with that? Could he tell his attorney general to essentially do the same thing that the Biden administration is telling NBC News that they are doing, which is, hey, don't enforce that, don't collect on those fines? It'll be a really interesting question, though, Kristen, to then see how the tech companies handle this. If you're the general counsel at an Apple or an Oracle, do you tell your company, yep, I think we're safe here, that's enough protection, or could we still see those apps have lingering concerns?
And for the people in the back that's going to say, well, Trump, he's just doing this so he can take a credit for bringing TikTok back, but he was the one who originally wanted the ban. That's where you're wrong, because you have to understand, in his first term, the cabinet that he had was appointed to him. He didn't handpick those people like he did these people this time. So they were forcing him. They forced his hand to try to get rid of TikTok. But he never wanted to get rid of TikTok. I mean, hell, TikTok helped him during his campaign. So why would he want to do that? Come on now. Y'all got to wake up.
Listen closely to what Pam Bundy had to say when Adam Schiff pressed her about 2020. Check this out.
Let me start with an easy truth that you could speak to the president. Can you tell him that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Can you say that? Do you have the independence to say that? Do you have the gravitas, the stature, the intestinal fortitude to say, Donald Trump, you lost the 2020 election? Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I won't do it. I won't play politics with any ongoing investigation,
so let me ask you another,
like you did leaking your colleague Devin Nunes's memo.
Did you catch that?
I won't play politics with any ongoing investigation.
So let me ask you.
If you thought we were done with 2020, you have no idea how the art of war works. 2024 changes nothing. Trump about to be inaugurated changes nothing. There are things going on behind the scenes that no one's talking about. My real ones know what I'm getting at. Stick around. It's going to be a doozy.
Not only did I catch the part about her saying something about an ongoing investigation, she also spoke about him leaking his partner's info too. So that an ongoing investigation is on the Democrats. Well, maybe not all the Democrats, but a lot of them. And that's what they're scared of.
So speaking of unusual, Trump's official White House portrait was released today. Certainly not your traditional portrait.
It is not your traditional White House portrait, and if you're taking a look at it, you could see why. You might notice something very familiar, the president-elect making sort of the same face he made when his mugshot was taken. Of course, many people drawing attention to this. It's unclear why the president-elect wanted to make this face, but I will tell you, Lindsay, look, I covered President-elect Donald Trump's campaign. Defiance was a major theme from the campaign now to the White House.
All right. We're seeing that through line for sure. Rachel Scott from Capitol Hill. Thanks so much, Rachel.
Well, I think it's badass. Like he letting everybody know I'm coming for you. Y'all did me so dirty. I'm on your ass. That's basically what it says to me.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. We are professional noticers on this channel. We simply notice things, and we've noticed that Barack and Michelle Obama haven't been seen together since August at the DNC convention, where they were both contractually obligated to sit there and talk about how evil it is to be a rich person, even though they both have mansions on private islands. Michelle Obama was in Hawaii, skipping the funeral of Jimmy Carter, the only first lady to do so. Jack Posobiec saying that it's because her and Barack are on the outs. Trouble in paradise? Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? But let's go ahead and look at the evidence here. This is the holiday message from Michelle Obama, where she's filmed by herself, alone, in a room, talking about how anxious and angry she is.
Holidays, everyone. I know it's been a difficult few months for so many of us, and that folks are feeling a little bit anxious and uncertain.
Well, nobody is actually feeling like that. Most people are happier than they've ever been right now because you and your lot are out of power. But nonetheless, Michelle Obama posting a video by herself in an empty room, talking about how glorious, well, her happy holidays are. She has done this many times, actually. It's like a cry for help. This was posted right before Christmas. It's one of these cringe videos of Michelle Obama with buy new product, buy new product.
My new workbook, Overcoming, is out. It's going to be on shelves. This is the first time I've held it myself. This is a timely gift or purchase for yourself because
more money.
This is a workbook that
Send me more money.
Takes you through some techniques and exercises based on some of the insights I shared with you all in the light that we carry. So I encourage you, particularly during this time, during the holiday season, during a time where we feel a little out of sorts, a little anxious.
You're the only one who's feeling out of sorts and anxious. You know, it's funny when like somebody is like constantly posting videos of themselves alone, talking about how anxious and sad they are. Like this, Michelle Obama, it keeps posting these creepy videos of her driving and wandering around bookstores alone. Woof, Buzz, your girlfriend here. Holy smokes, no wonder she's alone so much. Holy moly. I mean, whoa. Okay, Barack.
Look. I don't have enough evidence to say that that's true. But if it is, it's actually crazy to see them fall apart like that. But when you do wrong, wrong follows you every time. It never fails.
But Barack. Anyway, she's always posting these clips and she's always like wandering around in these bookstores alone, sad, hoping somebody will recognize her, and nobody ever does. It's really lonely, creepy, sad behavior. Again, she skipped the funeral of Jimmy Carter because she had a scheduling conflict in Hawaii. Got it? Yeah. So Donald Trump and Melania Trump, who are the most powerful people in the world by miles, can make it. But Michelle Obama is just too busy in Hawaii. No, man, something's going on. Something's going on. Yeah, scheduling conflict. Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, Barack and Trump got along swimmingly at this event. They were laughing and joking with each other.
Well, Mr. President.
For a second time. Barack, very nice to see you.
Congratulations. So how you doing?
I'm a lot better, Dad.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Well, come on. Anyone could beat her. She's just...
I was just disappointed. You know what happened? You just didn't want to leave.
I know.
This is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized? Hillary still hates me. So much.
So, you see the whole clip on Trump's social media. Trump posted this video of the two of them talking smack on the two women who they both beat, right? Like Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump saying that Hillary hates him, Barack Obama talking hella smack on Kamala Harris, saying she's terrible, she's horrendous, no one can help her. And Kamala Harris obviously not appreciating that. Where is Michelle Obama, everyone asked. Is something else going wrong? Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? Michelle Obama missed Jimmy Carter's funeral, apparently because she was supposed to sit next to Trump. So what happens next? Well, Michelle Obama will not be attending Donald Trump's inauguration either. Uh-oh. What does this mean? I mean, is there really, like, problems for the two of these? I mean, it's starting to look more like a pattern here than anything. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is set to snub President Donald Trump's inauguration next Monday after skipping former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, where she would have sat next to the future commander-in-chief.
I don't know. Maybe she stands to lose more with Trump being in office than Obama does. I mean, if you think about it, Barack was the president. She wasn't. He was just the first lady.
Barack Obama is confirmed at the 60th inaugural ceremonies. First Lady Michelle Obama will not be attending the upcoming inauguration, the office of Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, said in a statement. The First Lady's team did not provide any reason why she is skipping the inauguration. She's been an impassioned critic of Trump over the last 8 years. Michelle Obama is not going. Does this mean that her and Barack are having troubles? We're not exactly sure. She won't be missed, obviously. We know what a first lady looks like. Goodness gracious. But, yeah, something's wrong.
Wait, where the hell are they finding all these hideous ass pictures? Cause my man,
right? Something's going on here. Why exactly? Michelle Obama is either one of the most classless, petty people alive, or her and Barry are headed to divorce and are not attending the inauguration. That's what everyone's saying. Everyone's like, wait a second, is this some type of divorce situation? Interesting. I guess Michelle Obama finally took the low road. News is circulating that Michelle Obama is not attending Trump's inauguration because Trump didn't invite him. Uh-oh. Yeah, Michelle Obama not going to Carter's. Very suspicious. And now she's skipping the inauguration. Some people saying she just can't get over it. But other people are saying this is the sign of something more trouble, actually. The Clintons and the Bushes will be attending. Michelle Obama, again, the only holdout, the only person not going. There was already going to be too much testosterone in D.C. that week. Could be the reason. Skipping Trump's inauguration, Michelle Obama will skip. Michelle was AWOL during Jimmy Carter's funeral. Her spokespeople said that she was in Hawaii and didn't want to interrupt her vacation. We're not getting the full story. She may be suffering from a terminal case of Trump derangement syndrome. She revealed on a podcast that she cried for half an hour after Trump was inaugurated in 2016. She's not in a good mood during the ceremony. Maybe she'll be commemorating Trump's big day with a giant bottle of Josh. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be very interesting. What is the reason? Antonio Brown says, what a dick move. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Enjoy the video, like, share, and subscribe. See ya.
I'm sorry I had to let y'all sit through that, but I had to watch the whole entire thing because I just wanted to know, what could it be? Like, she hates Trump that much? I don't believe they about to divorce. I don't believe that. But I believe that her hate for Trump is so deep that she just couldn't stand being next to the man. She couldn't stand being next to the man. But then that's just me.
So what you're seeing in this video is a video of government officials in China in the act of cloud seeding, which is when they shoot silver iodide into the atmosphere into clouds, because what it does is it forms ice crystals, which then melt and turn into rain. So they're doing this because they've been suffering from severe droughts all over China, especially along the Yangtze River, which is one of the biggest rivers that flows through China that's been drying up all over the place, which is going to impact, you know, millions and millions and millions of human beings. So in an effort to combat this massive amount of drought that they've been suffering from for a while, they're trying to seed clouds. Now, cloud seeding has been something that's been in place around the world since like the 1940s, but recently China's got one of the biggest cloud seeding programs on the earth. According to China's State Council, the country is committed to bringing about 5.5 million square kilometers of its land under its weather modification program by 2025. And largely one of the biggest processes that they're going to be doing with that is cloud seeding. Now, cloud seeding is referred to as geoengineering, which is basically just saying like manipulating the earth. And currently there's no conventions or formal agreements that say you can't. So some people think this could be used militarily eventually. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Cloud seeding ain't nothing new. I mean, we already knew they was doing that. That's called weather control, of course.
Already, your president out here making big moves, okay? Yeah, I said y'all president, because whether you like it or not, he gonna be your president. But let's talk about what he is doing, okay? For them BBMs, okay? Baby, I know they somewhere in a huddle upset. They probably done all got together. It's gonna be a conference here pretty soon, okay? Because I know they is mad, all right? So the new law, okay, is if you put your child's father on child support, you cannot claim that child at the end of the year. Did y'all hear me? You cannot claim that child at the end of the year. Now, we all know this should have been done a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Because mothers have been they've been getting all the support, all the government assistance. They've been getting it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad that we got a president who's like, no, fuck, F that. F all of that bullshit, okay? Ladies, how y'all feeling out there? Are y'all mad? I'm saying, I guess I would be mad too, you know what I'm saying, if I had kids, but I ain't got kids, so I ain't mad. And I'm just saying, I feel like that is equal. Like, why should a father have to pay child support all year long for you to claim the child? That doesn't make sense. They paid for that child. They're paying because that child is not living with them. Okay? All I'm saying is that tax money y'all thought y'all was gonna get back. Y'all not gonna get it back. And I'm here for it. Do you understand me? I'm here for it. I support it 1,000%. Okay? It's about time. I hope he changed some more of those laws, okay? And help these fathers be active in their children's life. I'm not talking about the ones who told you to get rid of that baby and you kept it anyway. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the ones who are fathers, who want to be fathers, who trying to be fathers, but you don't want that because you want that money. Now, I want to know how you feel about that. You know what I'm saying? Are you angry? Are you upset? I know all the daddies listen, they screaming hallelujah, okay? I'm with them. I'm screaming hallelujah with them. Do you understand me? Because this what's up. This is what's up. This what y'all president done did, okay? I told y'all, he gonna stand on business. Whether you like him or not, he gonna stand on business. Do you hear me? He told y'all that, right? Okay. I just came to see if the single mothers is okay. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all doing all right now? Just let me know. You know what I'm saying? All right. Love you. Bye.
And you know what? Most women are going to look at this like, and they've always looked at Trump like this, that he is against women and he don't like women. And no, I think Trump is just trying to level the playing field, because for a long time men have been paying child support and they get nothing in return for it. Nothing in return but a lot of, oh, this ain't enough. Let's go to court and I need to raise the child support some more. That's all they ever gotten. They've never gotten anything beneficial from it. But this right here could level the playing field, because and for the people that saying Trump can't do it, look at it this way. In order to claim a dependent, that dependent, you have to been supporting that dependent for more than half of the year, right? And that child literally does not have to live with you. But if you've been supporting that child and you have visitation and that child comes to see you, or comes to stay with you on weekends throughout the year, then that is considered the child staying with you, right? And you're supporting that child, and you have documentation proving that you supported that child, i.e. child support, right? So literally you are within rights to claim that child as a dependent. But before this, the woman was too. And the woman was always first to claim the child before the dad could. Because, I mean, the dad can claim the child now, but he has to get the okay from the mom before he can do it. So this levels the playing field. He doesn't have to get the okay. The mom can't claim him.
What say you? Well, this is what I say. According to diplomats who were involved firsthand in the negotiation, President Biden refused to put any pressure on Netanyahu, and ultimately they gave up. That any deal would happen. It was, and Don, you and I talked about President Trump. I have no love, and I don't want to give Trump any credits, but I know but I am in the business of telling the truth.
Same.
Donald Trump intervention have been monumental in making the ceasefire deal possible, and just to make people understand, President Biden not only refused on multiple occasions to put any pressure on the Prime Minister of Israel to do any deal. People who were involved in the negotiation, including Israeli negotiators, told me firsthand that very often they felt that he was more than backing the negotiating team, the Israeli negotiating team. He was backing the Prime Minister agenda and his desire to stay in office. The Israeli media and Israeli ministers, including Ben-Gvir, today confirmed that it was President Trump. Israeli media also confirmed that Netanyahu was already gave up on the hostages. He was willing to sacrifice the hostages for his political desire to stay in power. However, Donald Trump happened to be a transactional president, happened to be a transactional man. He wanted to come to the White House with a win. And that was always his approach. It was
let me
Steve
ask you this
Witkoff.
then. So why did they not wait until he took office, which is just going to be in about a week?
Because he didn't want to deal with these issues as he get into office. He want this issue to be off the table.
Roll up. Okay. I don't agree with that. I think Donald Trump would like to have started off. We know Donald Trump, the day of his inauguration or on the day to announce a ceasefire. The fact that it happened on Biden's watch, I think that leads many people to question whether it was. And look, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but that's going to lead many people to question.
Do you know when the ceasefire will enter in? Do you know when the ceasefire will start?
It's going to start. Well, the temporary ceasefire is going to start. It should start on Sunday, correct?
It will start on the 19th.
You mean the permanent?
No, the phase 1 of the ceasefire will start the day Trump inauguration. Basically, that's when it will happen.
Yeah, it's killing Don Lemon, man. For one, it's really killing a lot of people that are quote unquote homosexual. You know, I have nothing against homosexuals, but they don't like Trump. They don't like him at all. And, you know, Don Lemon is one of them.
I'm going to challenge myself and be very kind when I say this. When we talk about progressive ideology and leftism being poisonous to society, this is what I mean. I'm not even going to go there about the caregiver. I'm looking directly at the medical professionals now who signed off on this surgery. You have just created a whole new plethora of challenges and health issues for a person who is already incapable of independently managing their own needs. This is not an example of equal rights. This is an example of exploitation, medical malpractice, and the absence of integrity and humanity, all in favor of woke ideology.
Yeah, that is sad. I don't really have nothing to say. But that's just wrong. That's wrong. You can't say that a person that is incapable of making any kind of decisions for themselves wanted this for themselves. There is no way.
Breaking news just moments ago, a source confirming to Fox News that President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance will be sworn in indoors at Monday's inauguration. I believe this is only the second time this has happened. The last time it happened was 1985 with none other than Ronald Reagan. There are dangerously cold temperatures that are moving into the region, and it will be the coldest inauguration in 40 years. Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kayleigh McEnany here with my co-host, Emily Campagno. Also joining us, Lisa Booth, Fox News contributor, Kaylee McGee-White, editor-in-chief of Independent Women's Forum, and Todd Pyro, Fox and Friends First co-host. Well, senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy is live from the South Lawn with this pretty big news this hour. It's cold there. I see you in a jacket, about to get colder, and inauguration indoors, Peter.
Yes, it is cold here, but just know that when you see the White House position, we do have a space heater right here. So it's never too cold here. However, way too cold for everybody that is going to be attending the inauguration on Monday. I'm just off the phone with somebody who works for the president-elect, a source familiar, who confirms that the swearing in and the inaugural address will happen inside the U.S. Capitol Dome. And then President-elect Trump is confirming on Truth Social that everything else is going to move into Capital One Arena. We knew that on Sunday there was going to be a Capital One Arena rally with J.D. Vance speaking, Donald Trump speaking, the Village People and Kid Rock were going to perform. Now that is going to be a viewing party for a lot of the folks that are in town, but that seats about 20,000 or fewer of the attendees. That is a much smaller crowd than they would be expecting on the entire National Mall, and so we're not sure what exactly the plan is for overflow in this dangerous cold. President Trump is saying on Truth Social, though, that it is important that everyone will be safe, everyone will be happy, and we will together make America great again.
And you can thank Pete Hegseth for that. He's doing everything he can to make sure that man is safe and he gets inaugurated. He's doing everything he can because whether we know it or not, a threat does exist. They don't want that man in that office, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure he doesn't. But time is winding down. I recorded this video on the 19th. You know the inauguration is tomorrow. And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we got a good man that's gonna protect the press for real.
Raise the question of Red Note. Well, guess what? If TikTok users flood to Red Note, they're going to face the same challenge there.
Oh, so we live in the communist place. My bad, I thought this was a free country. Now pause. I get it. I understand that Red Note actually does the things that you complained about TikTok being able to do. But we told y'all not to mess with TikTok, and you still did anyways. Either way, looks like you all are trying to prevent us from seeing what the world's really like, and that sounds a lot like North Korea. What's next? Completely stopping anyone going in and out of the country? I'm lost, guys. This shit's bananas.
Well, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it here. We already know why they wanted to ban TikTok in the first place. Not only because it tells the truth, but it gave us a look into China and how China is living over there versus how we're living. Do you know that China brings in annually $18 trillion versus United States like what 29, 30 trillion, and they have literally no poverty. Why do we have poverty? See, they didn't want us to see those things. And because of TikTok, and really not even, people didn't even see this on TikTok. They went to Red Note after leaving TikTok and found out this stuff. And about how cheap things are over there. That's why kids can focus, because the parents are able to give them the things that they want and need, so there's no stress for the child. So the child doesn't have to worry about getting bullied at school for not having the latest fashion, because the parents can actually afford it, and they're not making no more than us, 35 to 40,000 a year. That's pretty much rich there. You get what I'm saying? They don't want us to know that. I bet not talk too much on this video because I'm still on a government ran platform and I have to be careful with what I say. This is all for entertainment purposes only. That's it. But if you know, you know. And we know what the ban is for. I could rant, but I won't. And with that being said, like I always say, do what you will with that information. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. Get in the description, hit that beacons link. Follow all my social medias. And remember, challenge the argument and not the person.